Raider Nation, football is just around the corner and the rookies are about to head to training camp. So why not have some training camp battles dissected by yours truly? What are we going to talk about on today's show? Well, let's go over the quarterback room. It's kind of mid at best on today's show.
I bleed silver and black, and I wear it with pride. Hold my shield to the sky. I'm a Raider for life. 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 I'm a Raider for life.
Touchdown, Raiders! What's going on, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Mikey Raider, and I'm back with another training camp battles for the 2025 season. If you like to go on this journey with me, where we dissect every position for the Raiders heading into camp, and who might win the job, and what camp battles are going to heat up, well, let's talk about it. Tune into this channel daily for a new video, and members will get the videos one day ahead of time moving forward. So please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. Consider becoming a member of this channel to support your boy. Buy me some fucking tacos so we can get this Raider football season going with some fun, some passion, some excitement, because football is back and the Raiders are fucking here. So if you'd like to support, I have QR codes. You can sign them. You can donate through Venmo, PayPal, CASHAPP, and check out my merchandise store for some Raider-oriented stuff, but mainly my career-oriented stuff. And by the end of today's show, I'm also going to be talking about an opportunity for you guys to join a fantasy football league. But first, do me that favor. If you feel like supporting, hit the like, subscribe, become a member, helps your boy out, and donation portals and everything down below. Reminder, anything that pops up down below is a good thing, says your girlfriend. All right, we got breaking news. Carter Bradley was waived. That's right, the Raiders waived young quarterback Carter Bradley before he even got started. Did he have a chance with this organization? Is it because he was from a regime previously? I don't know. That's up to you to decide. But let's take a quick look at Carter Bradley's history with the Raiders. And he's gone. This young man had a lot of promise, a lot of upside, didn't even get a chance. Let's read the article about it. Raiders cut young quarterback before he even got a shot in training camp. There was rumors he might have been able to play last season, but they never gave him a shot, and I think they should have. Instead, they went out and got retread Desmond Ridder instead of trying Carter Bradley and giving him a shot for his NFL season. Nope. That's why the coaching staff was fired. We don't got to talk about it. The timing of Las Vegas thinning its quarterback room might be shocking, but this move isn't a surprise at all. Technically, it's not. I have to agree with Brad Barman. With rookies set to report to training camp Thursday, July 17th, followed by the veterans on Tuesday, July 22nd, the Vegas Raiders have made a roster move. On Monday, the team announced they waived quarterback, who? Carter Bradley. The Raiders signed Bradley, the son of longtime NFL assistant and former Raiders defensive coordinator Gus Bradley, as an undrafted free agent in 2024 out of South Alabama. From Greenbow, Alabama, said Forrest Grump. Did I say Grump? He did not appear in the regular season last year. He should have. He should have got a shot with all the injuries to Aiden O'Connell and all that other stuff. No questions asked. But nope, Desmond Ridder was supposed to be the savior, as he went between the practice squad and the active roster last season. All right, that sucks for you. Now, let's quickly take a look at the quarterback room as it stands now on Raiders.com. There it is. Cam Miller, the 6th-round rookie that we drafted. Aiden O'Connell, the stick-around trying to make everything work. Probably one of the better backups in the league. Yes, I called him a backup. Get the fuck over it. And then Geno Smith was signed on a contract just this past season. Geno Smith signed a 2-year extension with the Las Vegas Raiders, worth up to $85 million because his contract from Seattle carried over, with 66.5 million guaranteed. This extension keeps him under the Raiders' contract through the 2027 season. Adding 2 years to his existing deal with the Seahawks, the deal includes a base value of $75 with incentives, possibly increasing it to $85.5 million. Term, 2 years, 26 and 27, base value 75. There you go, you got it all on screen. You guys can read it, and I don't need to go any further. But is he the best hope for the Raiders? Were there other possible free agents out there that I believe the Raiders could have picked up on a cheaper value? Maybe an Aaron Rodgers, maybe stuff like that. But again, Pete Carroll becoming our head coach had a familiarity with Geno Smith. Geno Smith is coming off some excellent years, and now he is the Raiders' starting quarterback. So we have to ride or die with him, and we got to hope for the best. But I'll be honest with you, just looking at our roster, it is mid at best. They just came out with the rankings of the quarterbacks in the NFL, the top 20 or 30, whatever. Geno Smith was at 16. So I don't know what that means, but sometimes the reporters are actually right. But Geno Smith is coming off some good seasons with the Seattle Seahawks in a reunification. Let's look at his stats throughout the years, as he is now a probably 11, 12-year veteran. There's his stats with the Jets, 3,000 yards, 2015. Then look at the bad years until 1 year after he went to the Seahawks, 2 years after he went to the Seahawks, 4,000 yards, and for 3 straight years, he pretty much went over 3,600 yards in every season, probably an average of 3,800 yards. But there it is, 21 touchdowns, 20 and 30, 15 interceptions, 9 interceptions, 11 interceptions. And let's be honest, there is no camp battle at starting quarterback. It is Geno Smith. So we don't need to talk about it, because he is the starting quarterback for the Raiders. Coming off of a 4,000-yard season with only 21 touchdowns and almost close to the same amount of interceptions, I have some interesting thoughts that I will leave for the prediction of Geno Smith at the end of this video. Leave your predictions down below so I can see them and air them out on another show. But Geno Smith is our starting quarterback. Now, let's compare him to who might be the backup for the Raiders, Aiden O'Connell or rookie draft pick in the 6th round, Cam Miller. There's Aiden O'Connell's stats, and that's right, we're going by stats. And when he's given a chance, he does excel. He's now in a third system, different offensive system, in his 2 years as a quarterback, 3 years, let's call it, as a quarterback. Same way that Derek Carr and many other Raider quarterbacks start their fucking career with different coordinators. It's kind of a shit show at best, but let's hope Chip Kelly, he's not the rookie whisperer, but he did win the college national championships as the offensive coordinator, but let's hope we get some consistency at the quarterback position. Aiden O'Connell has been just that, and he's come through as one of the better backups with promise and upside, but hopefully with the same offensive coordinators. He went over 2,000 yards. He got a completion percentage of 60, let's call it 63% on average, and let's call it a 10 touchdown a year average when given an opportunity for a certain amount of games. And he's a decent backup, and I like this guy. A lot of people wanted him to be the starter last season officially with all the turmoil. But hey, he's got a chance at being the number 1 backup for the Raiders this year, and he's one, knock on wood, if you hear me, hello, John Gruden, injury away from being the Raiders starting quarterback again for the 3rd year in a row on certain games. But let's compare him and his stats to Cam Miller. That's right. Technically, I'm going to call Cam Miller the 3rd-string quarterback out of North Dakota State that we drafted in the 6th round. We got him out of a small school. There's his stats from last season. 3,000 yards, 33 touchdowns, over 30. That's good. He has a lot of rushing yards. So this quarterback can rush. And that is something that Aiden O'Connell typically doesn't have. But Geno has a little bit of that as well. So that's why this is the perfect prototype to possibly back up Geno if need be for the system with Chip Kelly, who has a running quarterback that he did also as well in Ohio State on occasion. Passing touchdowns, that's rushing. 12 rushing touchdowns from this dude. 45, I'm assuming, total touchdowns. All-purpose yards show. That's Cam Miller. 3,251 yards, 33 touchdowns, and only 4 interceptions. So, he is a decent competition to Aiden O'Connell per these stats. But there's no stat for experience, and Aiden O'Connell is going into that, seeing 2 NFL seasons more than Cam Miller. But I still am going to be completely honest with you, Raider Nation. This is a camp competition for the backup spot. With the release of Carter Bradley, the Raiders are letting them know, you 3 are our guys. And whatever happens, injuries or whatever, you 3 are our guys. But who will get the backup? Aiden O'Connell's in the front run. Cam Miller is a very decent third. But let's be honest, our quarterback room is very inexperienced, except for Geno, of course. And they're very young with upside. You don't win a lot of games with upside. So let's pray nothing happens to our starting quarterback and he has a quality year with that new contract with signing with the Raiders. Now, for the recently released Carter Bradley, if it was still a competition between Cam Miller and Carter Bradley, why did they release Carter Bradley before training camp even started? Well, they wanted to respect Carter Bradley. They wanted to give him a chance to sign with another team for the start of training camp. And they see too much upside already in Cam Miller with his rushing potential. And they love what they see from Aiden O'Connell as a backup quarterback. That's why Carter was released. But let's quickly look at the stat comparison between Carter Bradley and Cam Miller from his last year in college at South Alabama. For Carter Bradley, 2,660 passing yards, 19 touchdowns, minus 44 rushing. That's the upside with Cam Miller. 20 touchdowns, all-purpose yards, minus 44. That is a shit show at college. So, they didn't see much in him. They've released him, and now we have Cam Miller as our possible third-string quarterback. But can he move up to the second-string quarterback? It's going to be a lofty quarterback battle, but I wouldn't count him out. The Raiders drafted him. They believe in him. They also drafted another rookie that played quarterback, but he's transitioning to a wide receiver. But if they needed a quarterback with upside per a lot of injuries or whatever might have happened, they can replace Cam Miller or anybody that's playing for the Raiders with that wide receiver as an emergency quarterback. So they did a really good draft, a good job drafting, from my opinion. Let's quickly look at the Raiders salary cap, just in case they're looking at quarterbacks on the free agent market due to injuries, which I don't think will happen. But let's be honest, if Geno Smith went down early in the season, you might have to think about it. You might have to think about getting a quarterback draft pick. Getting a quarterback free agent, and because we're not going to go to the playoffs with Aiden O'Connell as a backup or Cam Miller. Let's just be honest. So if we win a few games early, and again, knock on wood if you hear me, what's up, John Gruden? If Geno Smith or something happens to him and we win a few games early, you might need to go out and get a veteran quarterback that can just ride in the ship. But do I think the Raiders will do that? I'll be honest with you. I don't think they would. I don't think Pete Carroll is worried about losing his job per the quarterback position. They have Aiden O'Connell as a backup and Cam Miller. They drafted basically 2 quarterbacks, and they released Carter Bradley because they believe in their quarterback room. So I don't see them getting a free agent. Plus, the Raiders always save $30 million on cap space, as I have spoken about on previous episodes. So, if we did need a free agent quarterback, which ones would be available? Well, as of now, they got Carson Wentz, Teddy Bridgewater, C.J. Beathard, Tyler Huntley, Jeff Gridford, Desmond Ridder, and Jake Fromm are on the top of that list. And top one would be Carson. They give him a previous average of $3 million. So you're looking at $1 to $5 million to get a quarterback, because the price will go up if there's injuries after or during training camp or early on in the season. And then some of these players might not even be available because injuries are going to happen to other teams. So that's why I believe the Raiders are going to stick with their quarterback room, and they ain't making no adjustments unless it's really, really go time and we've won a lot of games. They would trot out Aiden O'Connell, see what happens there, and then again, I'm tired of speculating. Let's not do it. Let's move along. Let's move along. This is not the information we're looking for. Well, let me give you a prediction of Geno Smith yardage for this year, what he will do, what he won't do. You guys might not agree with me, but here it is. Here's my Geno Smith prediction for this year. 3,742 yards with 29 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. Mikey Raider, you're stupid. He's went over 4,000 yards in 2 of his last 3 years. He's in a new system with Chip Kelly. Chip has a very complicated offense. Players don't perform well constantly in their first year with this type of stuff. Once again, let's look at Geno Smith's stats from last year. Sorry, got the wrong thing on screen. There it is. He's never went over 30 touchdowns except for one time. And the 4,000 yards are an outlier. He doesn't have DK Metcalf. He doesn't have other players. There has to be a downward trend in a new season, new team, new offense. So that's why my prediction is correct. And he's always in that 10, 11 interception range. So there it is. Will that create a winning record for the Raiders? I don't know. You tell me. Let me know your predictions down below. Please let me know your thoughts. And I hope he goes over 30 touchdowns. But he's having a lack of weapons at the wide receiver position. And we're going to talk about it on the next episode. For members only, you get that episode right now. All right, Raider Nation. Thanks for tuning in to today's show. And if you'd like to play fantasy football with me in my Raider Central League, there may be some spots available. Stay tuned to this channel or hit me up in an email or on social medias down below. If you would like to play, you would like more information. If there is a spot that becomes available around August 10th, I will let everybody know. It's basically $25 to play with me for a prize pool of about $180 of like Raider merchandise, swag from my collection, personal stuff like that, gift card, and stuff like that. But basically, you're playing with me to play against me in our text threads and live stream the draft. And if you're interested, hit me up with email or on social medias down below. And if a spot opens up, you will be the first contacted to be a part of that league this season. Let's talk about the wide receivers on the next episode. I'll see you then. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. Go Raiders!
I bleed silver and black, and I wear it with pride. Hold my shield to the sky. I'm a Raider for life. 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 Touchdown!